She had just won Olympic gold. The crowd was roaring, the anthem was playing, and the entire world was celebrating her victory. But weeks later, when she sat down for an interview, she said something so shocking it froze the internet in its tracks. "You weren't supposed to drink water. You were told to gargle it." Yes, you heard that right. An Olympic champion revealed that during training she was told not to drink water at all. Stay with me, because this story goes far deeper than hydration. It exposes the hidden reality behind one of the most glamorous sports in the world. February 2026. Milano Cortina, Italy. The Winter Olympics are in full swing, and the figure skating arena is buzzing with electricity. Thousands of fans pack the stands, their breath hanging in the icy air as they focus on one athlete gliding towards center ice. Alyssa Louu, just 20 years old, born in California, the daughter of a chess coach who became obsessed with figure skating, moves across the rink with an eerie sense of calm. She has been here before. At just 15, she became the youngest U.S. figure skating champion in history. She landed jumps many experts believed women simply couldn't land, redefining what was possible on the ice. And at these Olympics, she did it again. She won gold. Standing on the podium with tears streaming down her face while the national anthem echoed through the arena, Alyssa had reached the absolute peak of her sport. The entire world celebrated her victory. But in the weeks that followed, during the whirlwind of media tours, magazine covers, and late-night talk show appearances, Alyssa Louu started opening up. And what she revealed about life behind the curtain of elite figure skating stunned people everywhere. Because behind every flawless triple axel was a secret many coaches hoped would never become public. To understand why this moment matters so much, you have to understand who Alyssa Louu really is. She grew up in California's Bay Area as the daughter of Arthur Louu, a man so dedicated to his daughter's dream that he literally taught himself competitive figure skating as an adult just so he could coach her. That level of determination ran through the entire family. Alyssa was landing quadruple jumps before she even became a teenager. 4 rotations in midair is something many professional male skaters struggle to achieve, yet she was doing it in junior competitions. On the ice, she was fearless, electric, and technically brilliant, the kind of generational talent that only appears once in decades. But elite sports, especially figure skating and gymnastics, have a darker side that the glittering costumes and sparkling arenas often hide. Strict weight expectations, extreme dieting, a culture of control where coaches closely monitor the bodies of young athletes, especially young girls, all in pursuit of a perfect score. Alyssa Louu lived inside that world from the time she was a child, and now, sitting across from Rolling Stone journalist Alex Morris during a 40-minute interview, she was finally ready to talk about it. What she said next sent shockwaves across social media and reignited one of the most serious conversations in modern sports. The interview covered everything. Alyssa spoke about her Olympic gold medal, her future plans, and her family. She was warm, funny, and refreshingly honest. Then Alex Morris asked about her training routine, specifically about hydration. "You were literally told you couldn't drink water?" Morris asked. "Everything was monitored? Everything was controlled?" Alyssa didn't hesitate. "Yes," she said. "It was crazy because they were like, 'Oh, water weight. You shouldn't drink water, you should gargle it.' Yeah, crazy. It's insane." She even laughed a little when she said it, but it wasn't the kind of laugh that comes from humor. It was the sound of someone finally recognizing how absurd something truly was. An Olympic athlete told not to drink water. Instead, she was told to gargle it so she wouldn't gain weight. Think about that for a moment. This was a young woman training for hours every single day, pushing her body to the absolute physical limit, performing 4 rotation jumps with incredible precision, yet she was being instructed not to properly hydrate. And the story gets even worse, because the most frustrating part is that it wasn't just cruel, it was also completely wrong. Sports scientists and nutrition experts have known for decades that restricting water intake does not reduce body fat and does not make an athlete leaner. What it actually causes is dehydration. And when the body senses dehydration, it reacts by holding on to every drop of fluid it can, which ironically leads to more water retention, not less. In other words, the coaches who told Alyssa Louu to gargle water instead of drinking it weren't just being cruel. They were being cruel and scientifically wrong at the same time. One social media user summed it up perfectly. The body retains more water when you don't drink enough because it's trying to protect itself from dehydration. Wrong and cruel. That phrase quickly spread across the internet as the clip went viral. But what made this moment feel different from the usual sports controversy was Alyssa herself. She wasn't emotional on camera. She wasn't dramatic or visibly shaken. She spoke calmly and matter-of-factly, almost casually. And somehow, that made it even more powerful, because her calm tone revealed just how normal this behavior had become inside the sport. This wasn't some rare horror story. For many athletes, it was simply routine. When Rolling Stone posted the clip on March 7, it exploded online. Within hours, millions of people had watched it. Sports journalists, former athletes, doctors, nutritionists, and fans from all over the world jumped into the conversation. One reaction summed up the shock perfectly. "This is literally child abuse. What are we doing? Gargle water?" And that was one of the milder responses. Many pointed out that telling a child not to drink water during intense athletic training isn't a coaching strategy. It's abuse. Former gymnasts began sharing their own experiences. Skaters from previous generations opened up about strict weigh-ins, monitored meals, and intense psychological pressure placed on young girls in the pursuit of competitive perfection. Suddenly, this wasn't just about Alyssa Louu anymore. It was about an entire culture inside elite sports, an entire generation of young athletes who were taught to treat their bodies like problems that needed fixing instead of powerful engines that needed proper fuel. And the most remarkable part of all is that none of this might have come to light if Alyssa Louu had simply stayed quiet. So think about this for a moment. Alyssa Louu won an Olympic gold medal, the highest achievement in her sport. She achieved it despite the system she was in. Not because of it. She did it while being told not to drink water, while having every calorie monitored, while being trained in an environment that cared more about numbers on a scale than the health of a human being. And still, she landed the jumps. She nailed the spins. She stood on Olympic ice at 20 years old and performed flawlessly. Now imagine what she, and countless other athletes like her, could achieve if they were properly nourished, properly hydrated, and supported as human beings first and athletes second. By speaking openly in that Rolling Stone interview, Alyssa Louu didn't just tell a story. She started an important conversation. Because the young skaters training right now, the 1-2-year-olds and 1-4-year-olds dreaming of Olympic gold, deserve something better. They deserve coaches who understand that champions are built by strengthening bodies, not destroying them. They deserve a sport that values their health as much as their performance. And they deserve role models who reach the top of the world and use their platform to say clearly and without hesitation that what happened to them was wrong. Alyssa Louu already won Olympic gold, but telling the truth about what really happens behind the scenes might end up being her greatest victory yet. If this story moved you, share it.